but no definite.
yourself.
Not yet.
And then, so I keep doing that.
All rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, thanks.
August 12th, 2024, council meeting to order, 7 p.m.
Alderman Amundson.
Here.
Alderman Batt. Alderman Griner. Here. Alderman Jose. Here. Alderman Newhouse.
Here.
Alderman Newman.
Here. Also present Clerk Steele, Treasurer Warrant, Water Superintendent Smith, Street Superintendent Holmes, Police Chief Merritt, Fire Chief Hermanski, Deputy Clerk Fogel, Building Inspector Dearborn, and Attorney Herman. Had a meeting with Brightspeed 2 weeks ago, myself and Dana, and no, Dana gave me a report on it. We just need to send over what permits they need to apply for, like the same ones that I3 Broadband did, and then we revised them. So once they get that, they plan to fill that out, and hopefully get them started by the sound of it. So.
I have nothing. I will need an exec for specific personnel.
Mr. Treasurer.
Last Tuesday, Maria was in the office and she went over how the treasurer's report is done with the new software with Tim and I. Picked up some good pointers from her, and Tim is working on getting that caught up. And as soon as Tim and I are up to speed with the new software, he's gonna get Alicia up to speed on it, so she can do the report and free her up. So.
Good.
And then, they went to a conference Thursday too on the new software.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
That was Springfield?
Springfield, yeah.
How's that training?
It was good. There's a lot of stuff that we already knew, but there was a few things that we're able to kind of implement into procedures and stuff like that, so kind of see how it goes in the next coming week.
So it was beneficial.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. Okay. Anything else? Mr. Attorney?
I have no report.
Mr. Inspector?
I have something here that I need some guidance on. I have a building permit application here that I just received today for a 8-foot privacy fence at 712 Joliet. Now here's the issue. She applied for a permit 2 years ago and paid for it and got a building permit, but she was never able to do it because she couldn't get help to install it before winter, and it expired. So her building permit is expired. Technically, she's gonna have to pay for another one. I need you to tell me, do we go ahead and have her pay for another building permit, or should we reinstate the old one that she's already paid for? She paid for and got a permit to build that fence and never got it done.
Was there any issue with the permit as far as your standpoint?
No.
Or was it just
No, it was-
because she couldn't find a contractor?
It was standard, I'm not sure, she just said she was unable to get help to install it before winter, but that was 2 years ago. This is my other problem, that was 2 years ago. And she didn't ask for an extension last summer when it expired on August 8th of last year. And I would have given her an extension. I always give them an extension if I asked for one. She didn't ask for an extension. Now she wants to put that fence up. The permit is 2 years old. Should she pay for another one?
Dana, how long are you authorized to give an extension for?
6 months.
So you couldn't have extended it this long even if you wanted to?
Probably I would not have. I think technically I could extend it another 6 months, but I usually wouldn't do that. If she hadn't done it by winter, that would have been a year and a half since she asked for the permit. I wouldn't have given her another extension. That's a good point.
Well, unfortunately, as much as it'd be nice to be kind, I think the city code provides exactly how building permits must be issued, including how long they're good for, and the price that must be paid.
It does.
In order to make an exception to that, would require an act of council that would have to be on the agenda. So I don't think they're authorized, as much as they're nice people and would want to say, don't bother charging. At least not tonight, not with what's on the agenda.
Well, I tried to call her tonight and she wasn't home. Well, she didn't answer the phone. And it went to voicemail. I didn't leave a message. I was gonna ask her, why have you waited 2 years to do this? And are you willing, are you ready to pay for another it's gonna be let me do some calculations here real quick. It's gonna be $150 for the permit.
Did she already purchase the material, just never had anybody to install it?
That's what I understand of what she wrote on here, but I haven't been able to talk to her to find out if she's got everything ready. Yeah, she's unable to get help to install it before winter.
Cause she would have had to have an idea of a cost for installation, for the project, right? To
Oh, yeah.
set the cost for the,
Yeah.
I think since the permit is over 2 years old, unfortunately, she'll have to apply for a new permit and pay for it. What's
Just wanted your input.
council's thoughts?
That's the way the law's written.
Yeah.
The permit's good for a certain period of time. If she doesn't build in there, it's the equivalent
Not
of
only
applying
did she
for it.
not build, but she didn't ask for an extension
No
on the
extensions were
original
given.
permit.
Yeah,
And she could have gotten that.
Sure, but even then, it wouldn't have extended this long. So it
No.
is a new permitting period for a new project. It's appropriate to charge the fee that's provided for in the code.
Yep.
That's fine. That's all I just wanted to let you know what was going on in case you get any feedback. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dana.
Thanks, Dana. Any communications?
I have none.
Any citizens wishing to address the council?
Number F, I guess, letter F.
You want to just state your name and address for the record, please?
Dale Ham, 209 Frontenac.
Really?
Approve the ordinance amending the water sewer deposit for homeowners and renters. Can I just get a little synopsis of what that is?
I need your address, please.
I gave my address.
No,
I
you
need
didn't.
your address.
Don't worry about it, guys. Just note in the minutes, TJ Reynolds addressed the council, giving that information he gave.
I'd just like to know what ordinance number and what's like a synopsis of it, please.
Water and sewer, you want to address that, or?
Okay, so this is regarding the water deposit that homeowners and renters are required by the city to give. And this is basically just stating, currently, after 12 months of basically good faith, that deposit is given back to them after the 12 months. Well, this is basically taking that time frame out, and that deposit would be giving back at the time the renter or homeowner leaves that location. And would be basically allowing it to be used as their final bill kind of thing. Instead of, they get the deposit back, they move out a year later, we're trying to get the money that they owe us kind of thing. So this just kind of helps with that reason.
Any other citizens wishing to address the council? Okay. For standing committees, water and sewer.
You got anything, Tim?
GA Rick is supposed to be here sometime by the end of the week. Dylan, still haven't heard anything on them. and their Julie expires next Sunday. So, and George Merkel, our engineer, is supposed to get a hold of them and find out what's going on.
Who was that for?
Dylan.
Dylan?
Everything else seems to be fine at this time and point.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Law enforcement.
I don't have anything, but I'm sure the chief does.
No, I don't have any other thing. I attended the graduation for Devin Rutledge last week. Last Friday, he graduated successfully, so started his first day with us on the street today.
Today?
Mhm.
Good. Okay. Fire.
I added to the agenda, I know we talked about it at the committee meeting, but I had it included under new business instead of the consent agenda in case I wasn't here in terms of class. But we do have under the new business to approve the 20 pagers for the fire department from Supreme Radio Communications. That total is $16,713.81. Please keep in mind, like we talked about at the committee meeting, this is the pagers only, not the programming, and it will come from the savings fund. But I wanted to make sure that we were clear that the amount, that's why there's no amount on the agenda, is because it's for the pagers only, not the pagers and the programming, one piece at a time.
Do we have an idea of what the program is gonna cost?
It'd be around $900
Total?
they haven't, the county hasn't written the templates for them to even program them yet.
And who would program this?
Supreme.
would?
Yeah.
Chris, is that the same programming that would have to be done on the siren?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I know nothing.
Because we do own that. That
Yeah.
is our aspect. And I don't know if that's by wire, if that's remote, how.
I think that comes by the door, doesn't it? Or from the alarm.
It is set off by TC3.
TC3,
Okay.
right. They're the ones that said-
So that may be something, that if they're programming something, they may have to figure out.
I have a meeting this week, so I'll look into it.
Okay, thank you.
Other than that, I have nothing.
See, you had the balloon fight on Saturday. Looked like you had a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, I wasn't there, so.
It was not a bad turnout. It was a gorgeous day, so everybody had fun. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
The kids got cone ice when they were done. Everybody's happy.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the fire department for taking that over from the police department. Thanks, police department, for helping out. Okay. Anything else for fire?
No, not that I have.
Okay. Streets. Do you have anything for?
Do you have anything?
Got the sign cleaned up today.
I'm just gonna stick
Cleaned up the sign down there, got that out of there.
Yep.
Still getting my feet underneath me here, so,
Welcome.
thank you.
Under streets, I would like to recognize, past Alderman Little, resident of Market Heights. He was down there Saturday and we did that, cleaned the overgrown debris and that out of that.
He
So
did a hell of a job.
It
You
looks
did,
good,
it looks
so,
beautiful.
just wanna make mention that he did clean that up Saturday.
Anything else for streets? Oh. Anything else for streets?
I did notice the trees, a couple trees down, the tree down by where, the opposite side of the bridge that we talked about is down. There was you cut a tree down on Yates as well,
Yes, we took a tree
and
down.
a sidewalk fixed,
Yeah.
and a storm sewer basin
Yeah, we
fixed, right?
fixed a storm drain, started to chip away at that list.
Good. Okay. Parks and buildings.
I have nothing. Do I have anything from that end of the table?
I don't think so. Oh,
That's under consent.
It's on the agenda. They did come spray. I did see spring green come in and
Yeah, Friday.
roll through
Yeah.
town, so.
I think we were here Thursday and Friday.
Were they Thursday? I seen them Friday, I didn't know they were Thursday, but.
After like 4 calls, she,
What's that?
after like 4 phone calls, she.
Yeah, it's done.
And they called me.
Good.
That's all I got.
Planning, finance.
No report?
Old business. Mowing of LaSalle.
So it was made the recommendation for Todd to kind of get his feet wet to see how he sees the street crew, and what it would take for the mowing of LaSalle for us to do. And he gonna observe them last week again?
Yeah, I talked to Danny and he said that our mower at the highest will cut it. He said it would be no problem to cut it. It would just be time, because it'd have to go over it 2 or 3 times to get it knocked down to where then it would be on a rotation like every week where they could mow it. But he said they could definitely mow it. And the first time obviously is gonna take a little bit longer, but after that, then it'd be back down to normal, so.
I'm confused. The last time we had this conversation, it was Pekin Park District's responsibility, and the last I heard, somebody was gonna come in and cut it and bale it. So this is new news to me that we are gonna start cutting this again, even though it's not our property, and.
It was a conversation, I think, before you got here at the committee
Okay.
meeting.
Oh, okay.
That it was cut, by the men's club, therefore they were not able to come in and cut it and bale it, because it's not going to be at the proper height, right, Justin?
Length, there's not enough length to
Right,
cut or to rake.
To rake it.
So there was just conversations about whether the city could go back to mowing it or not, and so it was kind of just left open.
Okay.
I spoke with the individual that's supposed to be getting the hay or the grass off of it. She's got lots of things going on personally and with the stables. She was fine with it. She didn't have a concern. She said she'd come back in later if they needed to do it, but she was still relying on someone else to bring the equipment to cut it and bale it, and she was at their leisure for that. So it kind of relieved her a little bit that she didn't have to worry about it at this point. She appreciated us reaching out, appreciated me reaching out to her to find out if she was in fact needing it, wanting it, and she said it was fine.
And Tim, we currently have a proposal from the Park District to pay
Correct.
for 50% of.
They're still offering to pay 50% of our monthly, or weekly amount that we would pay, so. And I think Danny did actually physically go out there and
mow a strip.
And mow a strip, and was perfectly capable of doing so. So, just wanted to see if we want to get the ball rolling with allowing the city to pick it back up and allow people to park their street too.
Are they going to try our mower on the area down by the bridge between Fire Road and the bridge? Because a
They'll
lot of
have to go
that's
over.
really overgrown.
Yeah, well, some of that is trees growing
Right.
up there now, so they're gonna have to.
Cut out of there and then.
Okay. Where that one tree died. Came
No,
down.
I don't believe, I think that's in the fire protection, I don't think we can cut anything. We can cut the grass, but we can't cut trees.
We
It's-
have before.
It's not, well, it's not, it's the
It's the
small
grassy
stems
area
coming
before
out
the.
off of the stump, that was the old tree that was there.
Or the nature reserve, we can push it into the field if it falls, or into the wood line if it falls.
It's sapling things coming out of the root, come out of the old trunk that was there.
I know what I'm talking about, but I know the nature preserve dictates what we can cut on there.
Right, there's a couple big tree limbs that are down, yes. We can't do anything with those, we have in the past,
They
I
have to
know,
stay on
just to
that
get them out of the
property
way of
and just-
safety reasons, because people walk through there. They have, cross-country races and stuff like that, started having them, so to get them out of the way for safety issues, they did. They have taken them that are on the tree line, and they pushed them back in there, cut them and pushed them back in there, but yes, we can't cut any trees. But this is a result of them not mowing continuously. They're starting to, roots start to pop up out of the roots that didn't get chopped or ground out. from the big tree that's set out there, right, not too far from the road.
So we'll just have to double check and make sure that we're not missing anything on the nature preserve side or on the Arbor Day Foundation side of when does it start constituting as a tree versus an overgrowth issue. I think it's semantics, but they're important ones if we're gonna maintain our status and make sure that we're following the nature preserve requirements. So we may need to call Pekin Park District and have them come back out.
Call Scott.
Yeah, call Scott and have him come back out and do a survey of what can actually be pulled out, cut down versus what can't, especially in that juncture after the bridge and before the fire road coming down the hill.
And Todd, so you're aware if there's any trees that have fallen along the wood line, we can't take them off. We can't remove anything from that property.
Just
It has
get
to be
pushed back
just
in.
pushed into the woods.
Okay.
They can be cut and pushed in, but they have to
Can't be taken out of
Can't
there.
be
Correct.
removed, nothing can be removed from that property.
Okay.
So, what's council's thoughts? Mo?
I'm still a no, so it's not our property.
Oh, man, Emerson?
It looks a whole lot better when we do the mowing. It looks like crap right now, but I've had a lot of complaints. So I would say mow.
On Newhouse?
I've talked to a lot of people and they really would like to have it mowed. So there's a lot of people who are willing to spend another dollar on their taxes to get it done.
But it's not their taxes. It's the Pekin Park District's taxes.
But they would accept paying to get it done.
So the conversations I've been having with people, once they realize that it's not actually our land and that we have been doing it in good faith, but that it's a different taxing body's piece of land, that's when they say, so we're using our resources and we are sitting in a deficit this year and then we're gonna still go mow another taxing body's. So I'm still a no for it because of that. I would say that if the council so chooses to mow, to maybe consider leaving the space that is between the fire road and the bridge. It's already so overgrown. If it's too much, especially if Pekin Park District says you can't remove any of those saplings, I don't know if it's worth going through with a mower and going around everything. That takes up so much additional time. And while we have a street superintendent now, we still don't have the resources to continue to mow. So we are not sitting in a different financial situation than we were 5-6 months ago when we decided we weren't gonna mow. And I have encouraged those people to go to the Pekin Park District meetings and have those conversations with them there. And I can't say that I have had anybody actually attend those meetings. So.
On you, Joseph?
I say mow it. Everybody I talk to is pretty hot about it. You don't do something for so long and then you stop doing it. There's plenty of other ways we could cut back.
Okay. So the consensus is to mow it. So we can go ahead and mow it. There was never an official vote not to mow it. It was just a consensus.
So are we gonna start mowing this before we have a signed contract or agreement with them?
We can put the contract on the agenda for the next meeting.
I can resend it to all of you guys too. It was sent before, but I'll resend it to you guys.
Appreciate that.
So you can look it over.
So, okay. Main entrance sign.
Communication company.
Main entrance sign. See that it got cleaned up today, which was much appreciated. It looks good down there.
Thank you.
We got the new sign on order.
We order it.
No, nobody's really made up their mind what they want, stone or digital.
Well, I think the consensus of this council is for like.
There was discussion at the committee meetings that location of a sign's been hit 4 times over the years.
Over the life of the city.
The life of a sign being there.
Yeah.
The wood sign was hit, that sign's been hit, sign before that was hit. There was talk on whether it would be worth entertaining the idea, because we know what we have to spend, to do two, if we can, do 2 single-sided signs and put them on the crest of the curves to get them out of the main thoroughfare, instead of being an entrance sign in the middle on the 2 essentially curved bluffs, I guess.
You're talking on the right and left
The
side?
east and the west side of the intersection coming in, so if you're heading westbound, you're seeing the east-facing sign, and if you're heading eastbound, you're seeing the west-facing sign. Kind of outcrop underneath, less landscaping.
That's state property, isn't it, correct?
That I don't know, there was a conversation that was talked about,
I believe that both of those areas are owned and maintained by the state.
well, I know we mow the one side of the road, and we mow the other side of the road, so that's.
Still owned by the state, so we would have to go through whatever process they deem if that's what this council wants to place it at. I don't know. We'd have to put a foundation.
You'd have to put foundations on it, same way as a sign would be done, but you could do single-sided instead of 2-sided, and it would be less likely to be damaged over the years.
It's also gonna increase the cost.
Like I said, we know what we have to work with, it was just a conversation that was had at the last committee meeting.
Right.
And I know, Tim, you sent a couple of combo LED plus stone signs. Did everybody? I still like just the solid, but that's just personal preference. I haven't had any conversations with any residents or anything like that.
What's you guys' thoughts? Place it where it's at, or?
I like it where it's at, and the people that I have talked to like it there. They loved that sign when it was put up, and I think it'd be best to put it back.
Yeah, when I talk to people, that wasn't even brought up, but I don't have any input from having 2 signs or relocating it. I know they didn't want to have anything to do with a digital or multifaceted sign. They just want something blank, it just says Marquette Heights without all the.
Like the same sign that we.
Virtually the same sign.
Like for like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alderman Joseph.
I'd say put it back up the way it was and no landscaping around it, just the rocks or something. Those plants never get taken care of,
Something of low maintenance.
or no maintenance.
Well, low or no maintenance. Rocks, we may still have to spray a little bit, but that'd be a lot better than
Yeah.
trying to prune flowers and
Bushes.
bushes and everything. Alderman Griner?
Yeah, like I said, I haven't really talked to anybody about the main sign. The only conversation is, when is it going back up? So it seems to be that people expect it to go back to where it is.
Alderman Newman?
I'm good with that. Do we have to, since we're being paid for insurance on this, do we have to vote to expense to make the payment? So
Are we getting reimbursed?
we're
Yes.
receiving a check from.
Then yes, you need to authorize the expenditure first.
Okay, so it has to go on an agenda item.
I would suggest an up to, not to exceed amount.
We have that on the agenda for the next meeting. And,
And then I know we addressed the lighting that lit the sign. Are we going to lower the center mass of that, or
I think we should.
raise the landscaping so you don't have the bleed of the light underneath the sign that we did with the previous sign?
I think it'd be easier to lower the sign, wouldn't it? Since we gotta have a whole new sign made.
That I
That
don't
might
know.
be-
I don't know how the piers work to hold it.
Yeah.
Todd wasn't here when the lights were there and the sign was there,
Right.
so it might be something that he needs some time to look into before we make any calls. Like his expertise with Tim might be beneficial for,
The problem was, is the sign set here sat on two piers.
Piers, right.
And the lights shined this way, well, they bled under the sign, they
Yeah.
were
So it
rather
didn't hit
bright,
the sign.
so
You couldn't-
blind, yeah, it
And
lit
then
the sign well, but it blinded you from
Coming
either
back
you
side.
can also raise the lights too.
yeah.
Or change.
If you lower the sign, are you still gonna be able to see it as well? I mean, that's.
No.
That's a good question.
The elevated sign was more visible.
Yeah.
To say, if you just lower it, I think that might handle the visibility, I don't know.
Just adjust the lights if we can, I mean, that.
And you can put them on pole, I mean,
Yeah, you can
raise
put
them
them
a little
on
bit.
I think
extensions.
your piers are damaged on that as well, so they're probably gonna have to be
They're-
reformed.
Yeah,
So
they're
you
gone,
can-
yeah.
You've got
Piers
some
are gone.
time to work with that, I think, to look it over and see what you wanna do.
Okay.
And the sign, he said, will take 8 to 12 weeks. 4 weeks of it is just for curing.
So we need to,
So that's the reason why I was trying to get an answer last
Yeah.
install.
Winter installations are the best.
we need to, can
Always
he,
done that.
send us a proof of, you know, an invoice or, and a,
Photo?
drawing of,
There's the quote,
okay,
$31,543.94.
Say it again, 31,000.
$31,543.94.
That was
Maybe.
that was just for the sign, correct?
Yep.
We still have crane fees and landscaping fees on top of that.
Let me get the paperwork out.
I thought that amount included with the crane and everything. What's our insurance for the
It's-
insurance?
The insurance is for the quoted amount for the sign, the crane, and the landscaping, which is 1,200 for the crane and 4,000 for the landscaping.
Right, so they're gonna cover everything.
They're covering everybody, I guess.
So,
It should, cause it's,
so not to exceed 42.
What was our insurance check?
We haven't received it in the mail, it's still in the mail. But, yeah.
I'm trying to pull up the email, cause I know the check has been mailed out in the amount of $35,578.13.
That's total everything.
That was for everything. That came from Tim Vogel last Friday, so.
And what did you say that sign cost? 31 for 1,200. That math doesn't work. I know I went to Creveport School, but that doesn't work.
31 at 4,000, there's your 35, and 1,200 for the crane.
Sign is $31,543.
Well, in
31.5.
that, in that email, was that the same amount?
Do you
No,
have
it
a
was
deductible?
Wasn't our
35,578.
insurance, it was the
For
auto
the
owner's insurance.
sign, what, does it say the amount that the sign was in the email?
No, you just sent like a total, everything's cleared and a check's been mailed out in that amount.
I'll double check I'll call her tomorrow, but she stated that, and it could have been just my math was incorrect on there, that, they didn't fight any amount, that every penny was covered under it.
So we wanna get some clarification
Yeah,
and
we'll
so
call
we
her
get it
tomorrow.
right on that.
Here, I got this other email here. So I've got the sign at 30,378, not at 31.
Yeah.
And then the
That's the
landscaping
quote that
was at 4,000 and the
That's the quote I
crane
sent out.
at
No, the one
1,200.
that you sent out has the actual image of Cornerstone on the top of it.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
That one,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
So 30 plus the 4, so it's 34, plus the 1,200, so 35. Yeah, so the amount that you said, the 35,578
Well, this here
is,
includes the installation too.
okay, so that's what's missing then. So we do need to give
So
them a call.
I'll give them a call and
Yeah.
make sure.
Installation was $1,087.
There's your,
There it is, there's the discrepancy.
Yeah, that was in the original quote that was sent from them.
so if you wanna get that all ironed out, then you can get moving forward.
Your minutes of the meeting are
Okay.
accurate.
Moving on to consent agenda. Any items wishing to be removed from consent agenda?
The only thing I have is B under the committee meeting minutes. It's supposed to be Chris Hermazinski from District 102 needs addressed, and it says Chris Herm.
What up, Herm? I've been called worse.
You know how to spell it.
I think that was the only typo that I've seen.
That was just shorthand. Any other, try write that
Am I
out
allowed to
15 times
move
80.
anything?
Huh?
Or can I ask someone to move something?
What?
But, item K and L, those amounts are already in item D for the monthly expenditures, so does it need to be separate?
It's in item D.
It's, yeah, they're already in that total amount,
Yeah, then.
but Pam put them separately as K and L, so I'm not sure if they need to be.
I will ask that items K and L be removed from the consent agenda
Thank you.
Okay.
because they are already listed in item D.
Okay. Any other items? Not, I entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda minus K and L and the correction in item B.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? Clerk, call the roll.
Sorry, 1 second. Alderman Amundson,
Aye.
Alderman Bab, not here. Alderman Greiner,
Aye.
Alderman Jose,
Aye.
Alderman Newhouse,
Aye.
Alderman Newman.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. 2 items removed from the consent agenda, K and L.
They're rendered moot by the action just taken on D. No further action needs to happen.
Thank you. Under new business, I entertain a motion to approve the position of street superintendent to Todd Helms.
So moved.
Second?
Questions? Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Amundson,
Aye.
Alderman Greiner,
Aye.
Alderman Jose,
Aye.
Alderman Newhouse,
Aye.
Alderman Newman.
Aye.
Welcome, Todd.
Thank you.
Next item,
I would make a motion to approve 20 pagers for the fire department from Supreme Radio Communications.
Do you have a price amount on
I
it?
do, I stated it previously.
16,713.81 cents.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I knew it was gonna be asked, so I had it ready.
I had it pulled up and then I went hunting for sign stuff.
so
It's
your
fine.
motion is to include that amount?
Yes, I have it down.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Questions? Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Amundson,
Aye.
Alderman Greiner,
Aye.
Alderman Jose,
Aye.
Alderman Newhouse,
Aye.
Alderman Newman.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Any citizens wishing to address the council? Okay. Any other business pertaining to the city?
Make a motion to enter executive session in regards to
Specific person.
specific personnel.
The conduct, performance, evaluation of specific personnel.
Exactly.
That,
Sounds like it.
Conduct, performance.
Do I hear a second?
Let me finish reading this.
Second. Whatever.
Conduct, performance, what'd you say?
Of specific-
Performance,
an evaluation of specific personnel.
You anticipate that?
I
let's say
anticipate it to take 25, 30 minutes.
Figure we should know before we second anything.
Do you anticipate taking action afterwards?
None.
No.
We're gonna see if we can make this last 5 to 10.
Well, you know it's not gonna.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Do I hear a second on this motion?
Second.
We're doing so good.
Alderman Amundson,
Aye.
Alderman Bab, not here, Alderman Greiner,
Aye.
Alderman Jose,
Aye.
Alderman Newhouse,
Aye.
Alderman Newman.
Aye.
Clerk Steele, do you want people to
I would like the police chief to stay, please, and Tim Vogel.
Police He's cheap.